My next one, Tim Talk, welcome to Tim Talks, is make trees your close friends. Make trees your close friends. What I want to say about this is, like anything in life, you're going to have favorites. You're going to have food you like more than other foods. You're going to have, if you were looking to buy a house or rent a house, you'd find some you wouldn't like, one you would. It's true with anything. Clothes, some you like, some you don't. Tools, same thing. On and on and on. Well, there's going to be extraordinary trees in your life that call to you, that you visit time and time again. And they become old friends. And yeah, it's interesting. They're going to most likely outlive you. Since most humans don't live beyond 100, many trees, that's just getting started. Trees can live up to 5,000 years old. Bristlecone pines in the southern Sierra White Mountains off the Sierra Nevadas, they live to be 5,000 years old. Aspen groves, which are really one tree, can live longer than that. So trees live a long time, and it's not at all unheard of for a tree to live 100, 200, 300 years. That's like nothing for many trees. So I want you to think about, you might have, if you, like for an example, I lived in Santa Cruz, California for a while back. And there was a eucalyptus tree down the street that I loved, and it was a good old friend, and I'd visit it all the time. And then there was this giant redwood tree in the woods not far from me that I loved. That was an old friend. And then up on the hill above at the University of California, on the hillside there, was this beautiful giant oak that I used to sit in. It reminded me of my childhood. And then I had a fruit tree, an apple tree that I had planted that I watched grow every year, and I loved it, and it was like a power tree. And then I had another tree on the coast, hung over the cliffs of the ocean, and that was a special tree to me. So you might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 trees, and there are different types of trees, different environments. Go visit them a lot, get to know them deeper. It's like pilgrimaging. Go back time and time again, and you build the relationship up until it really becomes sacred in nature. And once you build a relationship up by spending quality time with that tree, by talking to it, by admiring it, by bringing all your senses alive, by smelling it, touching it, looking at it, and all the details that you can, from the bark to the branches to the leaves to the needles to the top, where the roots are, down through the roots, etc. When you do this, your relationship grows profoundly, and the tree will start to take you to other levels of relationship, such as teaching you about how it lives and how it feels and sees and experiences the world, how it feels and experiences human beings, its ideas for the future, does it have hope for life on earth, etc. You can learn so much by going deeper in the relationship. And the more that you go deeper, the more the tree will expand into you and teach you and share with you. And often it's not just teaching. It's this peace that you get, this incredible inner peace from just being with a tree. Or another thing that comes out of it is this healing that you get. You can often get incredible emotional healing, but even physical healing, as trees take your energy and work with it. Remember, they're living beings, full of living beings, and you are one upon them. In some ways, you're like you're like the children of the forest to the trees. You're when a tree looks out at you in a forest, you're like the bear, and you're like the deer, and you're like the squirrel. You're another animal that lives out there, and they're willing to provide you with home, with space, with comfort, with knowledge, with connection, with joy, with fun, etc., etc. You get my drift? So through all of this, you'll hopefully become inspired to save trees, to help trees. You'll hopefully become inspired to plant trees when you can, and to eat the fruit off trees, and to take care of them and what they need. And that inspiration that you get from the trees will hopefully turn to action, and you'll become someone who really takes care of trees, really looks out for them, really protects them. You'll get involved locally as well as maybe nationally or worldly. So it's infinite what can come out of these deep relationships, but you've got to be open to them. You've got to give them time. And you can't overthink these things. If you have to start to learn to trust your inner vision or your gut feeling. And if you think a tree is speaking to you and sharing with you, then go with it. You have everything to gain, nothing to lose. So, my friends are trees. I love them so much. And I wish you the very best in your journey into the world of trees. It is a remarkable one. A remarkable one. Ho.